long distance relationships really work? Personally, I've had some friends that, you know, they were in it and it didn't far. But right here in the studios this afternoon, we have Nana Echa Abuaje. She is a broadcast journalist here at Bullet TV. When it comes to English, give it to her. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Echa. Echa, how you
Hey,
doing?
please, you didn't add my other name.
Nana Echa Abuaje. Is that another one?
International.
No, there's another one.
No, that's
Oh, you see what I
Great
said? When it comes to English.
Well, like Mel said, we'll be having a conversation on long distance relationship. Please call in. We need you to share your opinion. Have you had any experience with a long distance relationship? Does it really survive, or is just a delayed breakup?
And also,
well, you never know.
Yeah, and also
Yes.
be reminded that this show is proudly sponsored by Ya Cakes and Ecstasy. If you have a ceremony coming up and you don't know where to go and get that cake, you know, Express, you know, just reach out to them and they'll make it happen. So let's dive right into the conversation. You're so pretty. Yes.
Continues. We're still talking about long distance relationship. Does it work? Does it not work? Share your opinion on 055-851-3825, 055-851-3825. We still have Nane Chan right here.
International.
Let's move straight to your story. Did it work for you? It didn't work for you.
It didn't work for
So
me.
How did it get there?
It didn't work for me. So the first one, as I said early on, when I went to the cafe to send him a message, I think mistakenly I left my mail. I didn't close it. So whoever came to sit there saw our chats and sent a message to him by saying ill things about me. I don't even know the person. So it was so devastated that you knew me before leaving. Somebody sent you a message. And I came to tell you that, oh, it's not me. Because I don't think I myself will say those things about me. So it's not me. It means that that person meant ill for us. So just be careful. My mom came in. We did all that we should do to resolve this issue. It didn't work. I was so embittered. I was so hurt because I loved him. It went. The second person also came, not knowing that we were even ready getting married. All that was left was my wedding gown to come to Ghana.
Oh, Charlie.
We bought everything, countless way through, flew to Ghana, not knowing that when he came to Ghana and told me he was going to a friend's place, he was going to his girlfriend's place.
I'm already getting goosebumps.
And it was so hard for me that time because everybody knew I was going to get married and I had to call off the relationship. But I have a sister, hers worked. It doesn't mean that 2 times I went into it didn't work for, doesn't mean that it won't work for even you or whoever wants to go in. As I said earlier on, if I believe in destiny, if you are destined to the person, definitely it will work. It can be destined to the person, though it might not also work due to probably 1 or 2 issues that will pop up. That is why I'm saying that it needs those people involved. They need to be intentional to work it out. Otherwise,
But generally, do you think is it realistic to expect someone to be faithful when they are away from you for years?
this is a dicey conversation. Some can be loyal, others too might not be. So I said it depends. It's individual differences. Where I come from, how I was trained, how I believe, my belief system. See, if the trust system is weak, no matter what, there will always be an issue in the relationship. In a sense that, see the time difference. Maybe I'm in Ghana, they are ahead of us, or we are ahead of them like 5 hours.
Right.
You want to talk to him. You're thinking, where is he? Maybe probably you've seen some kind of reactions here and there. So I say there is some kind of doubt in it. No effective communication, no consistency in the relationship, those things are not sure. Maybe probably those things were happening, but now you don't see those things. It should give you a sign, a red sign, no, there's something fishy going on. It really hurts me. I lost weight because I was so confused because it was my first and second relationship. So you can imagine going into that and having such an experience. You ask yourself, do you still want to go in again or what? So let me tell you, a lot of people are going through a lot. Even you can date somebody close to you, but still might have issues. So I am talking from a Christian perspective. I believe I will ask God to help me choose than to say, I want a TikTok guy, I want my spec, I want somebody who is this. But meanwhile, you know that there is this red flags issue happening, but you still want to cover up and still go for the person. Marriage, there is a say that it's very important or better to have a broken marriage than to a broken relationship than a broken
failed marriage.
marriage. I was raised by a single parent, which is my mom. And when my mom and dad got divorced, we, the children, got affected, not even our parent. But some of us, like me, was so focused and determined that I'm not going to sell myself for a man for anything.
Right.
But maybe somebody else might not have that privilege to say that, oh, it's so tough, things are so hard, so I need to do A, B, or C. Do you understand? So I'm not here to shift the conversation, but distance relationship is work. And before it works, you must work it out. Otherwise, it won't work. You need to sacrifice. You need to do a lot of things to get it work. There should be strong communication.
Okay.
Honesty is one. Loyalty is one. It's not just about love, but it's about feelings. It's about expectations. It's about goals. What do we want to achieve in that relationship? Where are we going? You are far from me. What will bring us together? What can we both do to bring us together in that relationship? Or else it won't work. And people who are having issues, especially married couples. One is in Ghana, one is in maybe US or any other country. And you could see there are some, mostly women are so loyal when it comes to some of these things. But men, assuming I skipped one. One also, I forgot, got there and because of papers, left the other woman because he needs to patch with a woman, and in patching, they got pregnant and they got married and left the girl. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So relationship is work, and before it works, you need to work it out. Distance, I'm talking about distance relationship. So me too failed. I'm not saying that if somebody comes right now and the person is outside, maybe because of my past experiences, I would just say, oh, I might try, but I don't know if I want to try again. But I think that I would decide whether
Right.
to try or not. So it can work. It's, as I said, it's both. It can work for A, might not be able to work for B as well.
Right, right. I was about asking you a question, but I think you've already answered. Because most time when you follow the trends, it is mostly the one here that is loyal, doing all the things that they used to do before the other person traveled, and it is the one there that changes. So I wanted to ask, what are some of the things that the person there stopped doing that influenced, the relationship breaking up? I think you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Or you still want to elaborate more on
See,
it?
so when assuming the first relationship, this guy was just full of me. Like he was so in love with me that even in our neighborhood or our enclave, everybody knows that, oh, these young guys are in love and everything. You travel, you know who Nanecha is. So even if you've heard something about me or receive a mail, what do you need to do? You need to ask. Than to give hasty conclusion about what you received. Because you know me, that you're my first boyfriend, so why do you think I'll cheat? Even if, assuming, I don't think I would do that. Just ask me.
Right.
But to give hasty conclusion. And two, there are times that the love, how the person will speak to you, maybe in Ghana, he was calling you babe. Now, it's changed.
By your, he will call you by your
Nanecha.
name.
I say, hey, what is actually happening?
Right.
Maybe the person can call you like 3 times, or probably, oh, today I'm busy, I might not be able to call or communicate as we used to do. So
Sure.
if you don't hear from me,
No, that is what I'm doing.
yes, but these things will not show up. It means that there is something happening, and you need to find out before you get this heartbreak. Because
Nana, what's your biggest sacrifice you had to make when you were in that relationship to make it work?
is to support this guy in prayer. I'm a prayerful woman, so
Yes.
I was supporting him in prayer, trying to motivate him. It was so tough because when if you go there, it's not easy. But I think he won the lottery,
Right.
so definitely you get your papers and things on time. But he had little issues, but I was always there to encourage him. I was always there to let him have some sense of belonging. That I'm with you. I may not be there physically, but spiritually, I'm with you, and motivating you. Helping in prayers. And that thing alone is not easy. Like, every day, maybe you might not be praying for yourself as you pray for him,
Yeah,
because
the
you know that
person.
you have a future with such a person. So when you do that, you don't feel it. Go, you know, there are times you want to sleep, but calls are coming. You have to sacrifice.
Right.
Free night calls. I think even in Ghana, when you're doing free night calls, you won't sleep. You call your boyfriend free night call. By the time you realize it's 5, you have
Right.
to sleep. And you're losing weight, or you're not getting enough time to sleep, so headache and health-wise. But because of love, you know you should all these. Do you understand?
During that time, how did you handle the loneliness?
When it happened,
When you were, I mean, you guys were still dating, and of course you are apart, a long distance relationship. How did you handle the loneliness?
so I was so, say, focused on him. So I know he's not here, but he's the person I'm going with. So no distraction. And I have lived alone for a while now. So if he's not here, I'm still seeing myself in that position. But in my mind, I don't want to mention the name. The name wants to come. It's here
Right.
with me. Though that time, phone wasn't common, internet wasn't common, but we were still doing our best to communicate. I remember the last time he was leaving. It was so emotional. Had not been kissed before. And in the midst of the family, he hugged and kissed me. I was like, is that how kiss means? I was so emotional. I was crying. I was tearing. I said, the name wants to come. I don't want to mention. I said, oh. And mom was like, everything will be fine. Don't worry. And I had not dated before. So you can imagine, I was so naive. But I told, my mom asked me, are you sure you want to be? I said, Mommy, I'm sure. I think I'm in love. Do you understand? But unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I've learned a lot from it. And the second one too, I've learned a lot. The second one, I met the person on Facebook.
Oh.
Ah, interesting. Facebook. Well,
On
we have some people
Facebook.
sharing their take on
Yeah.
the topic. So this one says, I've been in a long distance relationship, and I can tell you for a fact that it never works out. And this is Priscilla from Achimota. This one says, key things for a long distance relationship to work is communication and trust. Without it, trust me, you guys will just be wasting
Absolutely.
each other's time. I'm Samuel from Dansuma. Well, you can also share your opinion, 055-851-3825, or call in right now, 055-851-3825. How long do you think is long enough to stay apart?
To me, I think that if you guys are in love and you want to have a future for each other, it shouldn't keep long. Because, see, the system there is different from here. He's there. If he's not ready for you, there are more beautiful girls out there. There are more opportunities out there. As I said early on, assuming that he's not having his papers or her papers, and he needs to, somebody has to illegally get married to him. If you don't take care and they are in one house, they might fall in love. And something will happen, as in what happened to my sister.
Right.
They gave birth, the second one, third one. But I knew the guy was not in love with the girl. But he has no option because he needs papers. Do you understand? So even in a normal relationship, it shouldn't keep long. If you think that, the qualities I'm seeing in this person, I want to get married, 1 year or 2, you should get married. I know people who just met. This relationship that I'm talking about, one of my sisters, it didn't take like a year. And the guy, he was also introduced, this is my classmate and this is my brother. Just introduction. Now they're married. They didn't even date for long. Do you understand?
Right.
So, as I said earlier on, if you're destined to the person, no matter how many years you get married, whether it's 13 years of, people are even in relationship, even here in 6 years. It's like you going to medical school. Do your medical school, 6 years, right? 6 years, and later do your internship, whatever they call it. Do you understand? So I think that long distance relationship is work. As I said earlier on, it's work. If you want it to work, you need to work it out.
Moving forward, would you do that again? And why?
This one day, if I want to do it, unless maybe I'm really certain, I've prayed and God says go, it will work. Or else, if I don't see any sign, I won't go. Because it's so
What
stressful.
sign would you want to see? Would you want to hear God say, my daughter, na nature?
This
No,
is the man
so
for
This
you.
is the man for you.
So what I want to do, one thing I do in my relationship is that, okay, God, to me, that is my personal
Right.
decision.
Right.
God, I want to see A, B, or C in this person to determine that he is or not. Sometimes it's not like God will come and tell you vividly, oh, as you said, no. Sometimes it can be through attitudinal wise, it can be through anything. Anything can pop up for you. So, this person is not really meant for you. Red flags will start popping up and you say, oh, because I'm in love. No. So personally, I will set out some goals that I want to see somebody I don't want to be specific. Otherwise, people might also lean on that to say, I want to use that to choose my spouse.
Right.
But I think that there are 3 books that probably I want to recommend
Right.
for people, which is written by my spiritual father, Pastor Elvis Ajman, the chief Afarian.
Okay.
If you want to get it right, which I want to get it right now, we have 7 stages into godly marriage,
Right.
which is for the singles.
Right.
And also we have one for the marriage, which is 7 stages. And there is one that will be launched very soon, which is avoiding tears for years. So I think that I'll recommend this book for our viewers by Pastor Elvis Advan, so that if they want to read, because we need knowledge to get things right. So if you have knowledge about this relationship and marriage, and it will guide you to also make your selection.
Nanecha, before we let you go, I would ask. I have some messages to read, but before I want to know what would you do differently? Finally, God says go in for a long distance relationship. What would you do differently?
Okay, so what I'll do differently here this time round is that there will be strong communication.
Right.
Let's make things plain and clear. Be loyal. If I want to do this, you see, I might have my own life.
Right.
I still have my friends. I still have this. It doesn't mean that because you are in, there are times you are in relationship and you say, we want to just let go of your friend because
Right.
I have this person, I have that person.
Right.
I will let you have your life, me have my life. But there should be some sense of belonging in the relationship. There should be some trust. There should be some strong communication in the relationship. Let's make things clear. Our vision, our mission, our goals, our problems. If there is a problem, don't
Keep it to
shield it.
yourself, right.
Bring it out and let's talk about it. Your emotions, sex. Let's talk about sex. Let me know your sexual drive. Let me know.
How do you
about
know
these
if the
things.
person is away? Would you want to experience it before the person leaves? Or how do you know the person's sexual drive?
No,
when
if I
he's
say
away?
sexual, that doesn't mean that I want to have sex with a person.
Okay.
I want to understand your sex nature. There's some people, they don't even like sex.
You wouldn't want to experience it.
Oh, this one, why are you doing this?
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a sports one question.
Right.
But to me, I want to, do it when I get married. I want to have sex when I get
Right.
married.
Right.
I don't want to do that. If you want to go with a biblical aspect of these things, then it's wrong to have sex before you get married.
Right.
But if you want to go to the biblical aspect, it means that you need to get married before you have
You
sex.
have
I know people will question me on that, but that is me. I want to do. That is what I have planned to. And I want to let you understand. If I talk about sex, doesn't mean that I want to have sex with you. There are some men, their destiny doesn't even work. I'll ask you, is my son working? If I say my son working, I want to ask you that every morning when he wakes up, Mel, be careful. When Mel is smiling, Mel, and laughing,
No, it's fair.
it's fine. You understand? I want to understand because there are some women, there are some women, they don't even understand this whole thing. I have a sister, both the man and the woman. That's my sister. They were all virgin. Let me say virgin. The man is an elder from a church. I want to mention the church. Even on their honeymoon night, he was asking my sister,
What should
"Me
I do?"
function him?" And my sister was like, "You're asking me." Do you understand? So if I talk about these things, doesn't mean that I want to have, but I want to
Yeah.
understand
Right.
your sex life, your sex nature, how you think about these things
Right.
to, bring all this into our relationship for it to be successful. Because me, I want to enjoy my marriage. What my mom went through, I don't want to go through.
Right.
Because my mom and my dad got divorced when I was in class 4.
Right.
So you can imagine what some of us we have been through. But we were so, determined that we want to still push to get to where we want to be. So we want to enjoy our marriage.
All
you
right.
so much,
Thank you
Nanecha.
very much, Nanecha. And that was a good one.
Yeah,
I mean,
very
hopefully
good.
we'll bring you another time to